Lila hummed a beautiful, haunting melody. It echoed through the lavender fields. The air was sweet and the sky was a mix of orange and purple. She ran her hand with its 6 fingers through the tall, fragrant lavender stalks. Life on her planet Xylos was peaceful and predictable until it wasn't. A piercing sound like a high-pitched whine suddenly cut through the peace. Lila's teeth clenched. The sky, just moments ago calm and peaceful, pulsed an angry red. Fear, cold and sharp, stabbed at her heart. Something was very, very wrong. Before she could even move, a beam of light shot down from a swirling red vortex in the sky. It surrounded her, lifting her off her feet. Lila screamed, a desperate cry that was lost in the wind. Her home, her family, her entire world spun away in a dizzying blur. Then everything went black. Captain James Blackwood, a seasoned astronaut and a true explorer, adjusted his headset. A wry smile played on his lips. "Earth to Control, do you copy?" His voice was calm and steady, but inside he was bursting with excitement. After years of planning and preparation, the Ulysses mission was finally happening. "Control to Ulysses, loud and clear, Captain," a crisp, professional voice responded. "How are the readings on your end?" "Everything's working perfectly, Control," James replied, his eyes glued to the swirling vortex in front of his spacecraft. It was the same anomaly that had been detected light years away. Approaching the anomaly now, engaging primary scanners. The Ulysses, a masterpiece of human engineering, hummed gently as it moved closer to the swirling mass of energy. Its mission to study and understand this anomaly, something unlike anything they had ever seen before. But for James it was more than a mission. It was a chance to make history, to boldly go where no one had gone before. Days turned into weeks as James and his crew carefully studied the anomaly. They logged their observations and sent reports back to a captivated Earth. The energy readings were unbelievable, the physics impossible by any laws they knew. It was thrilling, terrifying, and completely baffling all at once. One evening, as James reviewed the data logs, he noticed something strange. A faint signal, almost lost in the static, pulsed with a regular rhythm. It was unlike anything they'd encountered before, organic, almost musical. Intrigued, he isolated the signal and made it louder. What he heard sent shivers down his spine. It was a voice, weak and filled with fear, but definitely a voice. And it was speaking in a language he didn't understand but felt deep inside him. It was a plea, a desperate cry for help. James's gut told him this was something important, something that could change everything humanity knew about the universe. But more importantly, it was a chance to help someone or something in terrible danger. Following the signal, they found her, adrift in a cell made of shimmering energy. The alien girl, with skin the color of moonlight and large, terrified eyes, was their cry in the void, their responsibility. Her name, he learned, was Lila. Who had taken her, beings of pure energy with a chilling lack of empathy, was a mystery. Their motives, their technology, their very existence challenged everything James thought he knew. But one thing was clear. Lila was their prisoner, and he would be damned if he left her to that fate. The rescue was dangerous, a balancing act between stealth and force. The Ulysses, armed with the latest technology, was no match for the raw power of the energy beings. But what James lacked in firepower he made up for in cleverness and pure determination. In the end, it was a daring move, a calculated risk that paid off. They snatched Lila from her captors, the energy cell dissolving behind them as they jumped to hyperspace, leaving the alien ship and its occupants light years behind. Lila was terrified, that much was clear. She huddled in the corner of the medical bay, her eyes wide with fear, her breath catching in her throat. James, his own heart pounding from the adrenaline of the rescue, knew he had to earn her trust. He sat on the floor, a respectful distance away, and offered her water and nutrient paste, the universal language of sustenance. He spoke to her in soft, reassuring tones, even though she couldn't understand his words. He showed her kindness, a universal language she understood perfectly. Slowly, hesitantly, Lila came out of her shell. She sipped the water, her eyes never leaving his. She flinched at his touch, but allowed him to bandage a cut on her arm. They communicated through gestures, through expressions, through the shared experience of their improbable encounter. And in those stolen glances, in those brief moments of connection, something shifted between them. A spark, an understanding, a bond that transcended language and species. The language barrier was a challenge, but James was a man on a mission. He had always been fascinated by languages, their nuances and complexities. Now, faced with the task of communicating with an alien being, he felt a surge of excitement. He started with the basics, pointing at objects and naming them. He used drawings, diagrams, and even charades to get his meaning across. Lila, her intelligence shining through her fear, was a quick learner. She picked up the basics of English incredibly fast. Her pronunciation was a little off, but she understood perfectly. As they talked, they learned about each other's worlds, their cultures, their hopes and dreams. James told her about Earth, its vibrant blue oceans and bustling cities. Lila, in turn, described Xylos, a planet bathed in the warm glow of two suns, its inhabitants living in harmony with nature. Their conversations were eye-opening, a glimpse into two very different yet surprisingly similar worlds. They laughed together, they cried together, they shared their fears and anxieties. And in doing so, they forged a bond that went beyond mere friendship. Weeks turned into months. The Ulysses, once a sterile, functional spacecraft, became a home, a sanctuary. Lila adapted to life on board with surprising ease, her laughter echoing through the corridors, her presence brightening even the most mundane tasks. James found himself looking forward to their conversations, their shared meals, their quiet moments under the stars. He learned to appreciate the delicate beauty of her six-fingered hand intertwined with his, the way her eyes sparkled with mischief and intelligence. He was drawn to her spirit, her resilience, her unwavering optimism in the face of adversity. She, in turn, found solace in his quiet strength, his unwavering determination to protect her, his genuine fascination with her world. They explored the cosmos together, the Ulysses their shared vessel, their love for each other, their compass. They discovered new worlds, encountered strange and wonderful creatures, witnessed cosmic events that defied explanation. But amidst the wonders of the universe, it was their love that shone the brightest. They were an unlikely pair, a human and an alien thrown together by fate, but love, as they say, knows no bounds. It blossomed between them, slowly, organically, as inevitable as the sunrise. It was in the way he looked at her, his eyes filled with tenderness and awe. It was in the way she touched his face, her touch as light as a feather, yet sending shivers down his spine. It was in the unspoken language of their shared silences, their knowing glances, their comfortable companionship. One evening, as they watched a binary sunset painting the cosmos in hues of pink and gold, James knew he couldn't deny his feelings any longer. He took her hand in his heart pounding in his chest. "Lila," he whispered, his voice hoarse with emotion. He didn't need to finish the sentence. Her eyes, wide and luminous, spoke volumes. She leaned in, her lips meeting his in a kiss that was both hesitant and passionate. It was a kiss that spoke of trust, of longing, of a love that transcended species and galaxies. Their future was uncertain, a blank canvas waiting to be painted. The journey back to Earth would be long and arduous. The galaxy, vast and unpredictable, held both wonders and dangers, and their love, as unique and extraordinary as it was, would face challenges no human alien couple had ever encountered. But as James held Lila close, her head resting on his chest, he knew that whatever the future held, they would face it together. They had found each other in the vastness of space, a love story written in the stars. And that, he knew, was a rare and precious gift. Their love was a testament to the power of connection, a beacon of hope in the face of the unknown. It was a reminder that even in the darkest corners of the universe, love could bloom, defying all odds and illuminating the path forward. Their journey was just beginning, a testament to the enduring power of love amidst the stars.